We all know the video games industry has its problems. There's microtransactions, toxic communities, and of course game developers being mentally destroyed by the creation process, for example. But there's one important issue that keeps arising again and again. The removal of gamers' God-given right to see anime boobies in Steam games.
We're going to have to be very careful with this one, Mike, because the last time we talked about boobies, we got demonetized.
Yeah.
So the puns today, out the window.
Anytime you hear a word and go, what the hell does that mean? It means boobs.
In order to get it published on Steam, developer Brightly Studios had to censor Game of the Year contender Galaxy Girls. The game has you waking up one day on a spaceship, quote, with several other women, each one giving a different job on board ship. Doctor, engineer, and you as captain. Can you complete the mission that has been forced upon you and save humanity? This visual novel features fully exposed dooblies and foofs. Valve had forced them to censor the game if they wanted to sell it on Steam, but thankfully, art always finds a way, and Galaxy Girls publisher Darker Studios posted an uncensored patch to their website. Some saintly users ran to Galaxy Girls community hub to spread the good work and the great badonkadonks to their fellow players. Instructions on how to download the patch were posted right there on Steam, and people were directed from the official website to Steam's community hub to find out how to install the patch.
But now the iron hand of Steam has come crashing down, removing any mention of the nudity workaround from the Steam community hub. Darker Studio replied to a confused player on the Steam community pages who couldn't find instructions to download the coveted nudity patch anymore. They said, quote, Steam reps have told us that they no longer allow any information or links to the uncensored patches on Steam, so they all had to be removed. We will gradually be updating our own website with info on how to install the patch. Users are of course now urging Steam to reconsider all this. Right, now a lot of people are keen on having big, round discussions about all this. That was a little joke about boobs.
Okay, all bouncy booby jokes aside, we have covered this in the past with like where does Steam draw the line on nudity. There was a game that was censored, I can't remember the name of it, but then they posted like a patch. It was like they put it in the game itself, so as soon as you loaded up the game, it's like, oh, this has been censored by Steam, but you can download and install the patch that brings back all the the proper features and images to the game. For me, it's like, well, they censor this, but they're happy with gore and violence and stuff. I'm not saying you should be censoring gore and violence, but if people want boobies in the games, well, just let them have a red light section in Steam. Just go there. Like, it's already age restricted. Steam, stop telling people what's right and wrong. When I was a kid, there was like the video shop, and there was the red light section. There was the red, there's the booth in the back.
Light games. I want a red light game.
Yeah, we want more red light
Steam
games.
red light. Oh,
green light didn't work. Try red light.
The Nintendo Switch is currently on track to destroy the lifetime sales figures of its predecessor console, the Wii U. Yes, the Switch has already sold 7.6 million units, meaning it's already halfway past the Wii U's lifetime sales after just 6 months on shelves. The Wii U shipped just 13.6 million units in its 4 or so years on sale. The Switch is now on track to outperform it in just its first year, while Nintendo is revising its Switch sales forecast from 10 million up to 14 million. The system's also sold 27.5 million games, with Zelda Breath of the Wild shifting the most at 4.7 million units, followed by Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 4.42 million and Splatoon 2 at 3.61 million. Last week's release of Super Mario Odyssey, which beat Breath of the Wild for week 1 sales in the UK, could well top that list soon. Thanks in large part to the Switch's success in 2017, Nintendo's total sales rose 173% year on year this year. Nintendo President Tatsumi Kimishima told Reuters, quote, we've boosted Switch production in order to meet strong demand from our customers, as it was difficult for customers to buy the consoles at retail stores. The true power of the Switch would be tested during the upcoming holiday season, which sounds kind of like a bad translation to me, but this is good news for Nintendo again. Another week, another good news story for Nintendo. So there you go. They started the year off as, okay, there's a new console coming, and it looks kind of promising. The end of that same year, there's loads of good things happened for them, so well done.
And who knows how many they would have sold if they'd have had enough units, because a lot of people were trying to buy the Switch early on, weren't able to get their hands on them. I wonder whether all those people who wanted to get it have bought them by now. But also for gamers, I mean, there's more options now. There's another console on the market, and the vast majority of those games do not have microtransactions, do not have season passes, although Nintendo have started that with Breath of the Wild recently. And let's just see how that pans out. But there's a lot more single player games. These are the kind of things that gamers are screaming out for, and Nintendo are fulfilling part of that demand. I think they're doing really well, and more power to them. Elsewhere in the news this weekend, China has decided that the meteoric rise of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds might be undermining the moral principles of the Republic. Yes, the Chinese government's China Audio and Video Numeral Publishing Association has released an official statement directly referring to PUBG and other Battle Royale games like it. PUBG is the flagship Battle Royale title in which individual players or teams fight to the death in a 100-man free-for-all battle for survival. It's a massively popular concept, obviously, so popular that it's caught the attention of the Chinese government. In their statement, the government department said Battle Royale games have too much blood, gore and violence. The statement even compared the genre to ancient Roman arena fights, going against the Republic of China's moral principles and negatively influencing teenagers' physical and mental health.
The Chinese government has effectively threatened to ban such games from releasing in future, saying that it would be hard to approve Battle Royale games releasing in China. It warned Chinese companies not to develop them and told people involved in esports and live streaming not to promote Battle Royale games. This news comes against a pretty interesting backdrop of rumours around Tencent, which is China's biggest gaming company, trying to buy up Chinese servers of Battlegrounds in recent weeks. There are currently about 30 Battle Royale titles in development, and China's second biggest developer, NetEase, planning to launch 2 of them soon on mobile. China's just kind of churning out these Battle Royale clones at the moment. We covered one like a week or so ago, and it kind of looked pretty decent, and that's what we found quite funny about it, because it was on mobile, but it wasn't a bad comparison to the actual PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's held up pretty well by the looks of it. So there's lots of these games in development at the moment, 30 that we know of. So this is kind of bad news for all them if the government are actually making public statements about it. If not passing laws or anything just yet, they're just kind of saying, hang on a minute guys, we're not too happy with this type of game. So that's like, oh shit, like, well we're making one, and then we're making 30 of them. So it's kind of bad news for them, I guess.
I think what the Chinese government say here is quite remarkable, I guess. Negatively influencing teenagers' physical and mental health. If that is the case, then just age restrict the game to 21 and over. I mean, and be done with it, and don't let teenagers play it. Why do they have to impose, like, nobody else can play Battle Royales, there's too much gore, too much violence? I mean, I get that it's ideologically the way that they want to impose their things, but, you know, there's better ways to do it. I think if Tencent are buying up servers for PUBG, then they're generally onto something. They're a very shrewd company, in my opinion, Tencent. They're one of the sleeping giants in the gaming industry. If you haven't heard of them, they are absolutely huge, and they've got hands in very many pies. League of Legends got a hand in Epic Games, so that's Fortnite. Got a lot invested already in those types of games. If there's anything pushing ground in the industry, you'll bet your bottom dollar that Tencent are interested and are looking for investment. All this news, however, does probably mean that as far as Battlegrounds games are concerned, China may be not number one anymore.
Alright, so those are some of the more interesting stories we spotted in the news over the weekend. What did you see? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this every day. Another video right there which you could watch right now. And of course, the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.